Welcome to the Authority Property Management audio blog, where rentals, real estate, and reality collide. Whether you're renting it out, living in it, or thinking about investing, we've got insights, stories, and strategies to keep you in the know. Let's dive right into today's topic.
Your right to a stove and fridge. What California tenants need to know about AB 628. A new California law means landlords must provide working kitchen appliances. Here's how it works, when it starts, and what it means for renters. If you've ever moved into a new rental only to find there's no fridge or the stove looks like it survived the 80s, you're not alone. Believe it or not, under California law, landlords haven't always been required to provide kitchen appliances. But starting January 1, 2026, that's changing. A new law, Assembly Bill AB 628, was just signed, and it gives all California tenants new rights when it comes to what must be included in a rental home. The big update? Landlords will now be required to provide and maintain a working stove and refrigerator in most rental units. Let's break it down, what the law says, how it affects you, and what you should do when signing your next lease. What is AB 628? In plain English, AB 628 makes stoves and fridges part of California's habitability law, the legal standard for what makes a rental unit livable. That means starting in 2026, your landlord will be legally required to make sure the unit you're renting has a working stove, gas or electric, that's safe and functional. A working refrigerator that keeps food cold and hasn't been recalled. If either appliance breaks during your tenancy, your landlord has to fix or replace it, just like they would for plumbing, heating, or other essential systems. When does this start? This new law goes into effect on January 1, 2026, but it doesn't apply to every lease right away. Here's how it works. If you sign a new lease on or after January 1, 2026, your landlord must include a stove and fridge. If your current lease is renewed or amended after that date, the law applies at the time of renewal. If you're on a month-to-month agreement, the law will apply as soon as your landlord gives you a new rental agreement to sign in 2026 or later. In short, once you're on a new or updated lease in 2026, you're covered. What if the appliances break? Under AB 628, these appliances are now considered part of what makes a home legally livable. So if your stove or fridge stops working and your lease is covered by the new law, your landlord must repair or replace the appliance promptly. If the appliance has been recalled, they have 30 days from the time they're notified to fix or replace it. If they don't, you may be able to withhold rent, use the repair and deduct option, or even terminate your lease under California Civil Code. The bottom line? If your unit doesn't have a functioning stove or fridge, it may legally be considered uninhabitable. Can my landlord make me bring my own fridge? Only if you agree, in writing. AB 628 allows landlords and tenants to sign an agreement at the beginning of the lease that says you'll bring and maintain your own refrigerator. But this must be in writing and agreed upon up front. So if a landlord tries to stick you with fridge responsibility mid-lease, or doesn't mention anything until move-in, that's not allowed under the new rules. Are there any exceptions? Yes, a few. AB 628 does not apply if you live in a residential hotel, like extended stay motels, supportive housing units, typically for people transitioning out of homelessness, an SRO, single room occupancy, unit that shares a kitchen with others, housing with shared or communal kitchens, like some dorms or assisted living facilities. But for nearly all standard apartments, duplexes, and rental homes, this law will apply. What should I do as a tenant? If you're a renter or soon to be one, this new law gives you more clarity and protection when it comes to everyday basics like food storage and cooking. Here's what you can do to prepare. Ask about appliances when leasing. In 2026 and beyond, always ask, is a stove and fridge included? If the answer is no, it could be a red flag unless your unit is clearly exempt. Read the lease carefully. Before you sign anything, double-check that the lease doesn't try to shift appliance responsibility to you unless you've agreed to it in writing. Document the condition at move-in. Snap photos of your appliances when you move in, so you have a record of their condition. It can help you if anything breaks later on. Report issues right away, in writing. If your fridge stops cooling or your stove won't turn on, notify your landlord in writing, email is fine. If they delay repairs or ignore you, you may be entitled to use legal remedies. Know your rights. AB 628 strengthens your legal footing. If your unit becomes untenantable because of broken or missing appliances and your lease is covered by the law, you don't have to live with it. What if I'm renting through Authority Property Management? If you're one of our residents, we've got good news, we're already ahead of the game. At Authority Property Management, we're actively preparing for AB 628. That means making sure every new lease in 2026 includes the required appliances, maintaining and inspecting existing stoves and fridges, responding quickly to repair requests, communicating clearly so you know what to expect. So if you're already renting with us, or planning to, you can relax. We'll make sure your home is safe, functional, and fully compliant with California's latest tenant protection laws. Wrap up. California renters are about to gain something many assumed was already guaranteed: a safe, working kitchen. With AB 628, landlords will be required to provide and maintain both a stove and a refrigerator in nearly all rental homes, starting in 2026. This law puts more power in tenants' hands and ensures everyone has the essentials for healthy, safe living. But it also means tenants need to read leases carefully, know their rights, and speak up when something breaks. And if you rent from Authority Property Management, you're in good hands. We're staying ahead of the law and making sure your rental experience keeps getting better.
Thanks for tuning into the Authority Property Management audio blog. For more expert landlord or tenant tips, local market updates, and property management support, visit us at 𝘿𝘌𝘙𝘌𝘋. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or even drop us a review. Follow us on social media for the latest. Until next time, stay informed, stay profitable.